Game number 1 of this best of 5 grand final between T1 and Boom Esports. I suppose Boom is still also running a tri-lane here in this off lane, so you could make the argument the other way as well. They might eventually just give up on the tri-lane, considering he's already started rotating into that mid lane now. Might try and go onto Carl in the mid. Meanwhile, Jackie, those in trouble top lane as they do jump the void. And it looks like they might just have him, but no. Jackie, he will be able to time walk away as Carl's going to be the one to drop mid lane. They leave Jackie behind, but they knew he was going to be just fine. Not going to be able to contest much longer. Speaking of the devil, Yopaj, down to the bot lane he goes. Onto Cuckoo. They'd love a Viper kill for themselves and got the X into the boat. FBZ's got the jewel up as well. They'll just wait till he gets nice and low, and in fact, never mind. Yopaj. Oh, yeah, that was a bit early, Yopaj. I think FBZ wanted the jewel damage.
There's not much pressure coming out from T1. While that movement's up, they are grouping up top. Maybe looking for that opportunity onto Jackboys, and they will jump in.
Nice start out into the follow-up Impale, and this is kind of what we're talking about. Just so much disable available against the Void. After that laning phase, he likes to just move into the opposing jungle and just start annoying the enemy POS 1. Just taking their farm away with that Crypt Swarm, and doesn't seem so high impact, but it really is as mid lane. Who have they gone on? It's going to be Carl on that Lina. The TPs are there, though, to try and help out Carl. He's going to go down anyway as Skem is able to pick up the kill on the DP, and he will happily give his life away if need be. But now they turn right back around. Skem's tanking through it. Torrent is going to land from Yopaj, but that's going to be it. A 1-for-1, but certainly in the favor of Boom Esports. Jackie's getting very close to that Maelstrom timing now. Gabby's still a while away off that Battle Fury, and I don't really think you want to allow Jackie to get that Maelstrom up. Still, FBZ is going to get ganked up here as Zephyr is there with the Impale. He did get the press the attack off in time, and he's going to try for the TP play, and he might just make it, but no. Cuckoo barely getting the damage in.
And this should allow Boom their own moments to kind of jump around more aggressively now. Still, T1, they've got their own smoke out here, Mike. They've got no Vendetta, but they have the Finger. Can still look for the burst play on someone to catch here.
Smoke on smoke though. John Gabby's been left behind down to the bot lane, and they just go right in for the chrono. No playing around. They want that kill and they're going to get it. And that top smoke that was there from T1, it amounts to absolutely nothing.
And they're still on the aggressive. They've still got big spots to play with here. They've still got both. They've still got the X. They only really used chrono, and that's not much.
Nice start out from Skem. That'll get Zephyr with the X out into the turret. Get the spy carapace off, but it won't matter too much as Skem's still going to move in as now the BKB is going to be popped. Japoy, he'll get one kill down, and now Cuckoo, he's trying to come in and take out Skem, but Skem is surviving. He's a Giga Chat. They'll eventually take him down, but the jewel is there, and that'll be a first bit of jewel damage out for FBZ, and another kill out for Yopaj.
You want some farming on this hero. You want the travel stuff. You want the protection of the Linkensies queuing up. Down the line, you're going to want that Silver Edge for damage. And that's space he's going to need. They are trying to shove in bot, but looks like Boom are ready for the defense.
That they are. Yopaj is in with the torrent and the boat. Carl, though, going to be forced to BKB up, but FBZ trying to get in range for the jewel is going to be unable to get it. Still, they'll force the fight. Zephyr trying to back off, but here comes Jackie. He'll join his team. They really want that Nyx Assassin dead and should eventually be able to chase us. In fact, never mind that. They're going north up to Cuckoo and the Lina. They've got the jewel out onto the Viper. Cuckoo's in big trouble, but the Laguna Blade out on FBZ. It's going to be enough in the end, but Carl's gone down. Tim's takes the kill, and now Cuckoo, he will closely follow behind. They got FBZ, but they're going to lose 3 for that. If they do, that is. I mean, Cuckoo and Zephyr don't feel too safe doing it, apparently. Boom will just go right ahead. No worries from the Radiant side of things. And now TPs are coming in from Boom. It seems like they want to try and fight at that bottom side of the map as Tim's is going to be there, and now more TPs coming out. Wymon's going to get caught, and that's going to be one support to drop as they even chase for more now. Cuckoo's still running, but there's your blink out from FBZ into the jewel. They've got the Viper locked down, and Cuckoo knows he cannot get away. Boom Esports again just rushing T1.
Yeah, it's just so aggressive. They had really great defensive wards here from Boom, so they spot out Whitemon, immediate TP out from Skem. And they're still not done. They have Chrono to play with here in Jackie.
Oh, Gabby. They saw Gabby for a second. He'll try to meld, blink away, but Jackie's got both of them in the Chrono. He's got everything he can ask for into the Torrent boat, and Yopaj will clean up. Get the brooms out, because Zephyr now, he'll be the third. Carl's going to try and help, but I'm not sure about that, Carl. He's run right into the whole side of Boom, but can they lock him down? It looks like they just may, as he'll BKB up, but FBZ's got another jewel out onto the Lina this time. Another victory for Boom Esports. T1, they cannot do anything. They can't do anything, John.
That was spotted out by Ward. They did have a good ramp ward here from T1, so they know this is happening. It's happening too fast. Lena's not up. You only have Cuckoo who can run up. You do have at least the Earth Spike and Impale, but it just doesn't feel like they've been able to use that well.
Miscommunication perhaps, as Cuckoo's just run right in by himself. He may get bursted down. Skem meanwhile again just tanking all the spells and all the damage. Skem just doesn't care. They can throw everything but the kitchen sink and the man still won't die. Dwightmon thought he was out scot-free, but that is not the case. He'll be X'd up by the Idol, and that'll be another kill for Boom Esports. 20-5 now, with a 7k net worth advantage.
They've got a lot of sentries in the parts of the map they are playing in, and now they're still on the hunt. They're looking for Gabby up top.
Find him though. They're gonna try. Gabby is trying to get away with the meld, but it may not be enough. The blur is going to wear off now, and Jackie can move in, and you've still got that chrono if you do want to commit, but they'll wait out the duel instead, and that's going to be a nice easy kill as Jackie. He's having a great laugh to himself here. Very rare you see the voice lines come out from Jackie, but he's brought him out today, as now Carl is in danger again, even with the BKB, the damage output. Oh boy, 13 kills for your Page. Now T1, another 4-man smoke. Again, the vision game is really not around here for T1. All they can do is try to get Jackie, who is farming a creep wave at top lane, but he's going to back off in mid lane. Cuckoo may get caught out this time as one hit out from your Page. And that'll get it done. Cuckoo just gives the tip. He doesn't know what to do. He's going to be very wary of his own positioning right now. He does not have, or rather he does have buyback, but he's one of the only ones on T1 that does.
If they find a win in this fight, easily transition to next Roche. Another set of racks on the high ground.
Don't farm that creep wave, sir. Not touch that creep wave. Does back off. Still, team fight to break out in the Dire's side as Whitemon gonna get caught out, but no, he blinks away in time. Instead, Jackie will move on to Cuckoo as your Page will take care of Whitemon, and the Viper, he's just going nowhere. Your Page is still one-hitting people, by the way, John. I think Whitemon just got hit one time by your Page and he just disappeared. Page 15-0-9 at the moment as he's gonna find Gabby farming up, just waiting out that blur, but he's going to blink towards the creep wave. In fact, never mind. Now they know exactly where he is, and Gabby, spider legs up. It's not going to matter. The jewel is there. They've got the breakout, and the boat to fly in. Meanwhile, Roshan has started from Jackie, but he was trying to do it, but not by himself. Well, kinda, I suppose, as Zephyr was trying to interrupt, but he may get punished himself for this. Zephyr misses the impale, is going to go down, and Roshan will be continued by Boom. GG, call it. They've had enough, and I don't blame them, Jonathan. 30-5, 13k net worth lead at 30 minutes in. I think T1's draft just failed them, or rather they failed to execute the draft, and that was it. They just know they had no comeback.
That was just such clean gameplay out from Boom, though.
I don't have much faith in the T1 draft. Probably means they're gonna win. What's this movement speed? Can we get a nerf on Crystal Maiden, please? My goodness.
Oh, stop it, Mike. I actually do miss playing CM. You know, she was one of my favorite supports, and now it's actually game losing when I pick up CM, so love it back. Still, early aggression out. They catch Zephyr here, Mike.
Uh-oh, they have caught Zephyr. Screw the CM for now, because Zephyr's in big trouble. He's gonna try and run, but your Page, would you believe it, will take first blood on the Kunkka.
Slower pace. Not hurting T1 too bad. You have a Morphling. You don't really mind it.
Curious though, when are they going to make that rotation down bot? In fact, hold that thought, because now FBZ is in trouble at top lane, but they can't really follow up. In the meantime though, Cuckoo has been caught out down bot. Page with the rotation on the Kunkka will set up a kill there for Jackie. He will show up again, and here comes your Page. You have boat up in 8, so maybe they could just scare off the side of T1. Zephyr. Nice bit of information here for his team. Your Page still very confident as the exorcism is starting to wear off, but now they'll move in onto that Kunkka, but there's your bow down, and Cuckoo, he got caught by the torrent, and with the Tidebringer damage is too much. Cuckoo cannot tank through it, and Jackie will take the kill on the troll, and that's going to put an end to that T1 bottom tower push. Zephyr now has been scouted out by the Hawk. Instead, on the first hit after the TP, and Zephyr, he's still going to try and run, but there is no running. Jackie with a double kill, and the defense does work out very nicely here for Boom Esports. The problem is Boom can take both if they really want to, though Jackie has been left by himself, so maybe you could capitalize off that at the top lane. They're going to try now. Onto that troll wall they go. He does have Tims around, but Tims, he'll miss the arrow. With the silence out, they will get the troll. Nice rotation from Carl as now they'll move back in onto Tims. He'll try to leap away, but Whitemon will chase him down, eventually landing the frostbite. And they're looking for that Roshan deny, but it's not going to work out as Carl gets a double kill on the Death Prophet.
Are a little bit tanky here on T1's heroes. Maybe not so much in Quap, but definitely for Carl. It's not under direct threat. They are still clumping around Jack Boys here down bot. He does have this defusal, but nothing defensive here.
Can you silence him up though? He's got the battle trance and it'll go right onto Whitemon. Still Whitemon will just Giga Chat it up and just man fight through it. He does get taken out, however, but Jackie is going to drop, so Gabby will be very happy with that kind of trade. Zeopage now going to try and catch somebody out. Skem will get all the information necessary as they are going to spot out Gabby, but he does have another waveform ready whenever, but he's into the arrow now. Stunned up, but he got the strength morph in time. He'll be just fine.
T1 have no room to respond. Even if they did, they'd have to kind of play with walking up on a tree and getting overgrowth. And at the same time, it doesn't do enough without itemization. I think that's the big issue for T1. Like their big damage is basically coming out from Cuckoo. We haven't seen the Sonic Wave as well.
Oh, arrow's gonna land, and the Agimorph was there. Oh, Tips was... Give the tips out to Tims. I did not think that arrow was gonna land, but it was right on the backside of Gabby, and... Oh, he was Agimorphing John. He was not expecting that. Meanwhile, across the map, they try to go onto Skem, but they just can't hold him down as now the Roar is out onto Whitemon. That'll be a nice, easy pickup for FBZ as T1 once again have found themselves trying to rotate across the map to deal with Boom Esports.
You've got to secure safe farming spots here for Gabby. Like, he does have that Linkens. It's not enough with an arrow and Cuckoo.
Oh, Tims. There's a reason they call him the Filipino sniper, John. On this Marana, he does not miss. Another great kill set up by Tims. And off we go, up towards that top tier 2 tower once again. What's there to stop Boom now with the Quap down?
He's the big damage. He's the one that needs to get that Sonic Wave off. Look at Skem. He's running up to Whitemon.
He just time-lapse away as the arrow does land once again from Tims. They even leave Whitemon. They'll let Jackie take the kill as they look for Zephyr now on the Tree and Protector. The X is going to be there from Yopage, and that'll be another kill for Boom Esports. That tier 2 is just not safe, and Jackie, he's brought out the laughter again, John. Smoke is there from T1. They've got to force the fight. Sports, though, kind of prepared for this and just waiting for them to make their way in. The creeps from FBZ almost baiting them in. They have seen Gabby. Torrent is going to land Gabby. Lincoln's arm broken, and now with the silence out, he can't strength morph. They get the overgrowth in time, but Gabby's gone. Sonic Wave is there, but what good is it when you've already lost the Morphling? Now Carl is going to try to run, but they X him right back into the loving arms of Jackie. And Cuckoo, well, he's out of mana. He can't blink away, and that's going to be 4 to go down for T1 as Boom Esports are just rolling all over them.
Dire's middle tower.
And that looked like the best angle for T1 that we've seen so far.
Whoopsie.
Like, they managed to get a good overgrowth. It just does pop. Jackie probably doesn't care too much as the high ground still opened up here. No overgrowth, no Sonic Wave, no Exorcist. T1 can't really do much on the high ground right now for a defense. They've got Freezing Field, but it's Whitemon can do about it.
Well, they're not missing these arrows, John. Whitemon just going to be sniped from a mile away as Skem gives the tips out. I mean, what do you do? We talked about it, John. He's playing Crystal Maiden against the draft of Boom Esports. You know he was going to be in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I get why it's there. You know, just eat the boar, shut down FBZ,
nice
even
arrow.
that didn't do much.
They might not even die. Yeah, GG. Another
Again.
very anticlimactic GG to come out from T1. This time 20 minutes in. 10 minutes before the last one. What do you do, John? Boom Esports. I don't know if it's the momentum. I don't know if they want revenge from yesterday, but they are just on fire today. Boom. One game away from being able to claim that title off T1, at least before Tour 2 comes around.
Dire's middle tower.
They can manage to pull this off. Still first blood yet to be drawn from either side. Carl again has been getting very low on that Kunkka, and Yopage, he's going to make the jump in. Seeing that small camp being farmed up, he wants to go for the first blood, and it looks like he's probably got it. Carl can't do anything. Yopage able to secure first blood, and tips are out against Carl. Too much movement across the map yet, but it is beginning as Cuckoo kind of getting grouped up here top lane. They're going to just pincer him in. Tims will sneak up from the backside. Jackie already just harassing away. Cuckoo, though, going to try and TP, but the ensnare on the first hit again from Jackie for the second time today. Cuckoo, well, he's just going to have to go to the graveyard now.
Yeah, I think it looked like a prediction, or maybe it's just one of those things where the vertical hitbox, the perspective casting onto the low ground on the ramp is pretty hard. It does happen sometimes.
Jackie.
They are making a play on Jackie here.
Does have Battle Trance, but this will be a massive kill for T1 if they can get it, and they'll pop the Mortimer's Kisses. Battle Trance has been expended, and now the rest of the team are making their way over, but Jackie is already so low, and they just want the one damn kill. Jackie, he will go down to the Scatter Blast, but now the Sonic Wave out. Yopaj, he's going to get Zephyr, and it looks like they've got Whitemon. So it's still a decent trade, as long as Carl gets himself out of there. Too badly, just ahead of Jackie right now, so it's good news for T1. Once you have that Desolator up, Gabby can start to get involved, and well, especially once you have the Blink BKB up, then you're certainly getting involved. Skem can be spotted here by Whitemon, but they'd love to go onto Yopaj. Problem is, he's going to be perfectly fine with the support there of the Bane, so instead they'll turn back in onto Whitemon, see if they can burst him down. Yopaj, a very aggressive blink in. Cookie's way off the mark, but they roar him up. They just want the clock dead, and it looks like this might be the first death for Yopaj, and they get him. Gabby will take the kill. And that's what you wanted to see there from T1. But they have smoked up on their own end of things, so T1 might be able to try and initiate in a way that they want to. Find Skem. Carl, he's going to land the X. Won't throw out the Torrent, though. Instead, Nightmare will be there, though Skem does get stunned up. But again, it's a very weird team fight from T1 thus far, as they haven't really fully committed. And Boom Esports, they will fully commit if they want to. And that they do. They start to move in. Not really finding the target yet as FBZ. He's going to be targeted here by T1. A lot of HP being removed right now, but Nightmare is there from Skemp to try and save his FBZ. He is still alive. Tims, meanwhile, will come in now with the Rolling Thunder. It's going to be a nice stun out as Jackie does move in with that Battle Trance onto Cuckoo. They've got rid of Whitemon, and now the Sonic Wave out. Japoi, he lands on absolutely everybody as they even find Gabby. And FBZ, he eventually goes down, but it took so long to get that done.
It's still a bit risky for Gabby to come up front if they can't find the Bane. And Skem's going to have to really put in the work to find that proper position in these fights to go against that spell immunity.
Carl, X out into the boat, but the Yule Scepter going to keep Japoi alive, so instead they'll have to try and just slow down FBZ from rushing forward, and they found Zephyr on that Snapfire, and
no good.
There you go, there's a Snapfire gone. Boom Esports not losing anybody here as seem to want to move up top lane. Maybe even go mid. Carl, he's showing up again, and FBZ, he's just so confident moving into that conqueror, and they just blow him up. He has no HP right now, as Whitemon will be the third to go. It seems like a very, very similar story, Jonathan.
Get the kisses off, and they're going to be rushing up with that smoke.
Gonna try. Roshan's already pretty much gone, though. They're not going to be able to make it in time. The Roshan does bash Jackie once, but in the end, they won't be able to move their way in.
They've got this really tanky Timbersaw to tank through the tower, and Jackie's attack speed is pretty up there. Damage is pretty good with the Maelstrom. They will go for the defense here on T1, though.
Have to try. Oh, Torrent is out onto Jackie, but do they have that burst damage to really get rid of him? He does have the Aegis anyway, so he's going to wait out the first life. Nice start for T1. See if they can follow up as FBZ will move in, and now Jackie gets roared up. But where's your follow-up? Gabby's going to try and rush in with the Scatter Blast, the melt, and the Cookie. They've got Jackie. He did not press that ulti button, and Boom Esports need to rush the hell away as Skem now will be chased down. They'll have plenty of vision with that Fey Grenade. Tim's unable to stick around to help. T1 able to successfully find a double kill and protect that bottom tier 2 tower. Instead, though, they can loop around the long way and just try to run through the river, but there's going to be a counter smoke. Yopaj is there to try and secure a powder rune and does get a double damage. It could be scary timing now with that DD room up on the quap. FBZ going to just charge right in with the chains down, and now they're Rolling Thunder to follow up. But where is it? There it is, right in onto the Beastmaster. They want Cuckoo dead first, but the boat is going to fly in to try and protect. They've got Tim surely, as he cannot roll away. And Cuckoo, he tries to TP out, but they get the kill in time, and now they're onto Carl. They want that Kunkka dead, but it looks like they're going to have to leave him be. At least for now, they turn back in onto Whitemon instead. And it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade in the favor of Boom. They only find the position for Pangolier.
T1 still clumping around as a team, trying to get control of their bot jungle, but they are at least cutting off the split push coming out from FBZ. He's been forced to clump up. They might fight around this rune though.
Tim's gonna get X'd up into the torrent and the boat with the Mortimer's Kisses. They just throw everything with the kitchen sink at Tim's to make sure he does die. And now they really want Skem on that Bane. They'll rush for him. The Nightmare going to buy a bit of time to Skem. He might be able to walk away, but no, he will eventually burn out. Instead, Whitemon, though, does drop as FBZ tries to find another target for his team to jump, and the buyback will be there. Tim's, he needs to rejoin this team fight as they roll right through Jackie's BKB, and they're getting through the HP pool. They have Battle Trance available if they need it, and now Tim's, a big Rolling Thunder through two. Cuckoo's going to drop. Zephyr's blinked out of there, and so has Gabby. And they do not want this team fight any longer, as Yopaj is still going to have a look around for more.
They're in. Kisses are available along with a boat and roar, so this could be a bit messy for Boom if they don't find a pick off first.
Whitemon still being very annoying from that high ground, though Yopaj now going to try and jump in and deal with this Ogre. Meanwhile, Gabby looking for a way into this team fight himself. Whitemon dropping very low, though, on the Sonic Wave will get rid of him as now. Tim's with the Rolling Thunder again. He's going to land on Cuckoo, and now the Fiend Grip. It's caught out Gabby. Skem with the tip immediately, knowing there was no way to cancel the Fiend Grip off. And Carl's forced the BKB and just run back towards the base. As Boom Esports, they will stick around the tier 2. In fact, they want to dive tier 3 towers. But can they really dive Carl? I don't think so. Aegis Shards to go the way of Jackie. T1 should be prepared to try and fight, especially with that Torrent Storm up on Carl. But things haven't been too smooth as of late. FBZ will chain in. They'll Fire Blast him up and lock him down with the Mortimer's Kisses and the Roar, but Yopaj, he'll jump in and try to stop all this from happening. Still, FBZ has gone. And maybe now you can force the defense, really, as Boom Esports cannot fight without him. Tim's just going to roll away. T1 might feel the need to keep pushing, but now Tim's, he'll turn around again. Yopaj with a Sonic Wave out onto 4 heroes. But can they really fight? Whitemon's gone, and now the Fiend's Grip again. It's caught Carl, and there's no cancelling. What a Rolling Thunder out from Tim's. And that's something you just don't really expect to happen, John. The good old U-turn there from Alpango. It ends up paying off. Carl going to try and delay this the best he can, and they've got great ways of doing it. Though looks like he's going to move his way up. He's got that secondary life with the Aegis. This time FBZ may not try to rush into the tier 3, as they were prepared last time around, though Mortimer's Kisses have been expended, and Jackie will lose that first life again. It's a good start here for T1. FBZ, though, pretending to chain in, as he does end up not really going in, but Yopaj has, with the blink out, he does get the roar out. The Nightmare's going to save, but the boat flies in. Yopaj is gone. No buyback available for the Quap, and T1 can really fight this one out now, as they're going to try, but Carl, he's been focused down. Jackie trying to chase him out, but there's so much control on the troll that he cannot really just fight, and he is going to drop. A very rare mistake from our Queen of Pain, but Yopaj does go too far, and it does cost the side of Boom quite heavily. Meanwhile, T1 a big smoke up right into a double damage rune. That could be a very good start to this fight, as now Gabby certainly wants to try and force the fight. FBZ is going to be the one to break the smoke, but they saw Yopaj. He'll blink away. Meanwhile, Skem's going to be fine. Jackie, though, is going to get roared up through the BKB, and Whitemon jumps in. They really want that Bane, and they've got Skem locked down. Meanwhile, Yopaj has jumped in. Cuckoo, he gets taken out right off the bat, and now Skem can just buy back into the team fight as Tim's. He's going to drop to boot. Meanwhile, Zephyr, though, has also been chased down and locked down here on the Snapfire, so he should be another casualty of war. And he will be. At 2 for 2 so far. You do get that buyback committed from Skem, and he might be going right back to the graveyard as he dives back immediately to Gabby. Not great news for Boom. After these past few fights, they may not feel very confident. Though maybe now with the Aeon Disc on Yopaj, getting that secondary life and that very low cooldown on that first level. Oh, but they might find him immediately. Whitemon, he's in with the Ignite. Can they lock him down? Aeon Disc already procs, so he's forced to blink away. In the meantime, they do come in from the backside. Boom Esports is still trying to find a way to force this fight. But Torrent is going to land on Carl, and it looks like T1 are happy to just kite out. FBZ though, chaining right in, trying to force the fight. It's not happening yet. Carl is still just hiding away from the side of Boom Esports as they chase him down. Who have they caught? It's going to be Zephyr on the Snapfire, but in the meantime, Skem has died, and Gabby, he's cleaning up. He's found Tim's to boot. They even do take down that Snapfire, but now they can work on towards FBZ, and the damage output, Gabby, he's just annihilating them right now. A big Sonic Wave and a double Sonic Wave out, however, but it doesn't seem to be enough as Jackie with the Battle Trance, he's going to try and fight by himself, but here comes the Torrent Storm, and here comes Gabby onto Yopaj. He's got the Queen of Pain down, and it seems like the Troll is all by himself. As FBZ though, he'll chain in with the chains out. He does get Carl on that Kunkka, but Jackie is still looking to die as Gabby's got a Rampage on the TA, and it might just be a double. FBZ's going to pop the Bloodstone. It's not going to be enough. A double Rampage out for Gabby. This might be the turning point here for T1, John. I mean, this game's looking great for him,
but the damage output of Gabby is just so high now, and they're going to go for tier 4s. No buyback in FBZ, no buyback in Yopaj with the damage of Gabby. This is a tough defense for Boom.
It certainly is. Tim's with the Rolling Thunder, gonna try and buy a bit of time as the buyback is there from Jackie. Into the Battle Trance and the Fiend's Grip, they've held down Gabby. They've got the TA, but the Force Staff gonna save. Still Gabby falling, and he does go down. He's gonna buy back though, as they get the Torrent Storm out. Jackie's being controlled up, and they've got the Troll Warlord. That has to be it. That has to be the GG call to come, as T1 will just put the nail on the coffin here. Boom Esports, they've only got Tim's left, and that's it. He's got buyback, but there's no way to defend by himself, and the GG will be called. T1 are not going to tap out after 3 games. They will force it to a game number 4 of this grand final.
We've had an issue with Carl connecting it. So we've got Lelouch from Polaris standing in on T1.
No first blood to be drawn here. Look back at mid. Looks like Lelouch is doing a really good job here on this left track. Like, he's a little bit behind Yopaj, but only by 1 CS. The nice performances top lane. Gabby, he's going to drop Tim's. Able to take first blood here on that Wind Ranger. And
Tim's is not getting as much as you'd want in that lane still. So you are putting a dent on that pause for scaling, but there is some movement out already for that 4-minute arena. We're seeing a lot of heroes here from T1.
Paj can be chased down, but Skem going to be around with the Nightmares. They try to focus down Lelouch, but the Diabolic Edict is going. Still Skem, he's happy to tank through it, and he will continue on to Lelouch with the Dragon Slave. They have enough damage. Zephyr didn't really have the regen to try and keep him alive.
In comparison, Gabby might be under duress. There's the arena ready on FBC. If Gabby overextends just a tad, he can get that punishment on PA. Still early movements out from T1 with that group up.
Oh, they're going to find the Lena as well. That's a massive pick off, and with the split earth there, it should be more than enough to take him down, and it will be, though Zephyr is ironically the one to take the kill on the IO. So, well, there you go. Zephyr takes the kill, and the TPs are coming in. FBZ, maybe the target of this. Lelouch for a nice stun to set up. There's the blink in from Gabby. They'll go right onto that Mars. FBZ missing the spear as well. A nice shackle though on Whitemon on the backside, not allowing the follow-up stun, but it won't matter. They had plenty of damage there with Gabby, and Lelouch will get the tip straight off the bat.
You are sure giving Gabby some time to farm up as well. The TA is just farming a lot faster, although movements out from T1 here.
Scary here for Jackie, though it seems like Lelouch just wants to farm the whole jungle with this Arcane Rune. They're just going to get maximum value from the jungle rather than for... Oh, never mind. They're forcing a fight. They found him. Jackie has been caught out. Jewel is going to be there. FBZ trying to make his way in to help out, but Jackie has been fingered down by Whitemon. Now Skem will rejoin the fight along with FBZ, but do they have any form of control? Yopaj, he went too deep. They'll leave Lelouch behind. They'll take down the Lena. Oh, T1 are just rushing for him. Boom Esports, they've got to get the hell out, but it looks like there's no way out as the slows are just consistently flying in onto Boom. There's FBZ now being caught by Gabby, and that might just be another kill to go the way of T1.
This is terrible for Boom. Just the aggressive timing from T1 coming through, losing Yopaj and Jackie. Not great news. They need to keep stalling out. They're forcing these fights. I don't think they can afford to. A little nice shackle on Cuckoo.
Nice shackle, but Cuckoo's way too tanky. They just don't have the damage. Whitemon An awkward miss on the Earth Spike, so Skem, he can go for a nice easy Nightmare onto that line, but help is still around. If they want to keep Whitemon alive, they can, but it does seem like they're leaving poor old Whitemon alone to just die. In fact, the great shackles from Tim's. He found Cuckoo, and now the Fiend's Grip is going to force them to try and fight. They will just stun him up and let it go. They're just trying to run, but Jackie, he'll still chase them down with a great Light Strike Array now. Poison. Zephyr's going to go down on the IO and the shackles. It's not going to land this time, but they'll get a Nightmare out from Skem, and that should set up for another Light Strike Array very soon from Yopaj, as Lelouch now has been trapped up and does go down. Free drop for the side of T1.
Down the line, they could shift gears as they do go for a smoke plate here.
Gabby's got the Battle Fury up, and you just saw him farming that whole Ancient stack very nicely. Play onto Cuckoo. FBZ with the blinking could set up very nicely with the spear. He's got two in there in that arena. Lelouch, they're going to try and fight back, but the shackles does lock him down, and Zephyr just immediately relocates him out. They will focus down Whitemon on that Lion, and they will successfully get him. Boom Esports biting back here in this mid lane, as they'll even find Zephyr. No playing around, they throw everything at the IO, and they will secure the kill.
T1's got to move fast if they want to contest. They don't really have a blink initiation yet on Cuckoo. They already used relocate. I think they're just going to have to surrender it. Both Yopaj and Jackie are farming really well, so the greed's not really punished at all. We saw those early triangle invasions, Mike, but with the Ancients left alone, it's just fine for Boom.
Gems found Gabby. That observer ward giving a lot of info here into the Light Strike Array, and Laguna into the spear from FBZ. Perfect combinations from Boom Esports to find Gabby and take him out.
And I like this take on the TA. They're playing much more aggressive even without the blink BKB on Jackie. They're just using that early damage advantage and just forcing the issue every time.
Dire's bottom tower
Up Skem.
has fallen.
They have his smoke broken, but the slow is there and pings her out onto Lelouch. Shackle only going to lock him down for half the second. They move in, but the arena is there from FBZ onto Cuckoo or Whitemon. He just melts. Even Skem buying back into this fight because he wants to commit that ulti. The two already down for T1, and now the trap slow is pretty insane as Zephyr. He's going to get shackled up. He can't get out of there. He's going to drop, and Lelouch is not out of trouble yet either. He's out of mana as FBZ finds another target. That might be another kill for Yopaj. An ultra kill for the Lena, and they'd love a rampage, but Skem was unable to find where Gabby went.
And they're going to go for a smoke again. They don't opt for top. Gabby does TP out, but could be TPing to the wrong part of the map if Boom rotate there.
Fine, Cuckoo. Nice little pick off to get, and they commit the Fiend's Grip. And it doesn't really feel like they need to, but why the hell not? Just make sure Cuckoo does get deleted. Maybe just trying to take the time to farm instead, as they know that Boom Esports cannot go for the other lanes of barracks. They still hold the outer towers.
So he's basically a ranged PA with that soft crit, with a break going through the evasion of the PA if you get that first hit off, and a double damage here as well. Like, Jack boys, pick it up before the fight breaks out.
Oh, it's a bait though. Jewel is going to be there, but FBZ, he read the movement. He's in with the arena, and the Nightmare's going to buy time, as now they can't take down Jackie, and they'll turn right back around. The Fiend's Grip on Gabby, holding him down through the BKB. But Zephyr, he's going to keep that PA alive. Shackles out. They've caught Lelouch. Gabby's still on the run. They'll have to turn for the left right, but Gabby with the fan of knives back in onto FBZ, but the Laguna, Japoy's got him. Into the Nightmare. Lelouch will be relocated out, but the chase is on for Cuckoo, who does take the double damage rune, but it won't mean much, and Roshan has respawned. Would you believe that, John?
Oh my God.
Zephyr is going to have to come back and will die by the creep wave, and they are right into the Roshan pit.
Skem definitely deserving that tip. The Nightmare dodge on all of that damage from the finger, keeping Jackie alive.
Tank all the spells and damage, and wait for that perfect time to initiate for his team. And at the end of the day, it's T1 who have to try and respond to this. Lelouch is still chipping away at Jackie and does land a nice stun, and that's going to be the Aegis. That's one great way to start for T1, as Whitemon's ready with the Earth Spike. Are they really going to move in? No, the Nightmare again going to save Jackie. They could not jewel him up. Still Gabby, he's going to jump in with the fan of knives onto Jackie, but the Fiend's Grip again from Skem going to hold down Gabby through the BKB, but they could not take him down in time. They just keep missing hits as FBZ is going to drop to boot. The finger from Whitemon, able to get it done, and that'll hold high ground for T1. They are not out of this game yet. They're out. They see Gabby in the mid lane somewhere. At least they know he's lured up somewhere around there, as Gabby does now have the Desolator up, and this is where things start to get very fun here for Gabby, but pings are there. They've got the Nightmare out. No Fiend's Grip to follow up, but Yopaj with the Light Strike Array should be plenty of control, and FBZ will follow up. Whitemon tried to jump in. John, this is such terrible timing because Gabby does not have buyback gold.
Oh yeah, he finished up his item. He does not have a way of getting back in this defense, and that's gonna put T1 in the awkward spot. Oh, Zephyr.
Yeah, Zephyr gets caught out. He does not have buyback gold either, so he'd rather not tie right now. He's going to try and tether, but the Nightmare was ready from Skem. That's going to be 3 heroes down without buyback.
So you're going to have to surrender this Rex. 2 racks down here for T1. Boom in a very good position in this 4th game.
Have the buyback for Gabby. Could be a very risky fight to take.
Dire are scanning.
Vivian, but FBZ ready to break the smoke. Will break it onto Cuckoo, now realizing they probably are all together, but won't make the jump in yet. In fact, Whitemon, he's there with the Hex down, and Gabby looking to blow him up, but the Nightmare again gonna delay things. They do get FBZ though, but he has buyback if they want to commit, and they do. They want the team fight as the trap slow is there. Yopaj, he's gonna find Zephyr. That'll be 1 down. T1 still just a bunch of men on the run here, trying to get out. But Gabby thinking about jumping back in, but doesn't do so as the trap slow still going. Tim's now looking for a nice shackle. Not going to throw one out yet. The Earth Spike will hold him back as they keep kiting out, kiting back in after Skem perhaps. But no, they don't commit quite yet. But daggers are following him down, but he keeps juking them out with the Shadow Amulet as FBZ now might reinitiate. Nice shackle. Doesn't really latch, but they've got the spear out, and now the arena catching out 3 heroes. But do they have the follow-up to it? Not quite yet, as Gabby gonna jump back in, but no, that's what they were waiting for. They wanted the bait. Gabby's gone without buyback, and now Cuckoo, he'll follow. Onto Whitemon. They'll find a 3rd. FBZ jumping in.
It's all down to Lelouch and the supports to try to hold back. The split Earth is making this tough, but Jackie's damage is up there, along with Yopaj, so how much he can do is really up to the air now.
Certainly is. Boom Esports looking to take these regional finals and become the champions of SEA.
That's going to be huge. I think you could just actually hand it over to Jackie. He's got the shard. Giving him the Ags as well would be massive.
And a smoke-on-smoke situation into the Aegis of Jackie. This could be a very dangerous predicament for T1, but they are desperate right now to make something happen before that high ground push does come in. Front, waiting for someone to show so he can make the jump in. Skem meanwhile might find Lelouch. They're going to try and blow up the Bane again, and he does go down. A great start for T1, but Lelouch, he gets blown up himself, and now with the Gale back and the arena, FBZ's in. They get Whitemon down, but Gabby, he's going to try and fight on that PA. He does get the Aegis of Jackie, but now with the silence out, he is locked down with nowhere to go. Gabby, the relocate from Zephyr is going to be good enough. Gabby is still in the middle of all this. The relocate does not end up saving, or maybe it does. Gabby does blink strike out and does make it, but it's Gabby versus the world as FBZ continues chasing the PA. They'll buy back on Cuckoo. They're gonna try one last time to defend, but Boom Esports, they know this game is looking very, very over as they go on to the Ancient, and the GG has been called. Your champions of the regional finals for the SEA DPC. It's gonna be Boom Esports.
Oh my god, Boom. Play out of their minds in this last game, and to be fair to T1, you know, they were playing with a standing.